In the modern era of the NBA, it has become increasingly uncommon for players to maintain lengthy tenures with a single team. Damian Lillard's departure from Portland has left Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green as the only remaining players with more than 10 seasons in a single team. While we are not going to explore the most loyal NBA players, we are going to list individuals who played the most seasons and games for each of the 30 NBA franchises. We kick things off with the Atlanta Hawks. Dominique Wilkins holds the record here, having played 12 seasons and a whopping 882 games in the Hawks uniform. Moving up north to Boston, it's 8-time NBA champion John Havlicek who holds the record. He spent 16 seasons with the Celtics and a total of 1,270 games played. The Nets franchise saw Brook Lopez as their longest tenured player ever, with a total of 9 seasons and played in 562 games. In Charlotte, it's a tie between Muggsy Bogues and Del Curry, who were teammates for 10 seasons with the Hornets. However, Del Curry played in more games with 701, while Muggsy played 632 games. For the Chicago Bulls, it's no surprise that Michael Jordan holds the record with 13 seasons and 930 games. Over in Cleveland, it's Anderson Varejao who stands as the longest tenured Cavalier, playing 13 seasons and 596 games. LeBron James only stayed home in Cleveland for 11 seasons, but holds the record for most games played for the franchise with 849 games. The Los Angeles Lakers witnessed Kobe Bryant's incredible 20-season career, spanning 1,346 games. Down in Dallas, Dirk Nowitzki gave the Mavericks an astonishing 21 seasons, the record for most seasons in a single team, and 1,522 games. Alex English is still the record holder for the Denver Nuggets, with 11 seasons and 837 games for the franchise. In Detroit, it's Joe Dumars who holds the record, with 14 seasons and 1,018 games as a Piston. The Golden State Warriors have Steph Curry, who's played 14 seasons and 882 games so far. Draymond Green and Klay Thompson will most likely finish second and third on the list respectively. The Houston Rockets saw Hakeem "the Dream" Olajuwon dominate the court for 17 seasons, playing in 1,177 games. In Indiana, Reggie Miller's remarkable 18-season career is unbeatable, as well as his 1,389 games with the Pacers. Interestingly, the Los Angeles Clippers have DeAndre Jordan as their longest tenured player, with 10 seasons and 750 games. Over at the Grizzlies franchise, Mike Conley played 12 seasons and 788 games in Memphis. Miami Heat fans will fondly remember Udonis Haslem, who spent a remarkable 20 seasons with 879 games. However, Dwayne Wade, who played in 15 seasons, holds the record for most games played with 948. Michael Redd gave the Milwaukee Bucks 11 seasons and 578 games, but the Greek Freak is on track to break that record with 10 seasons and 719 games played so far. Kevin Garnett spent most of his career in Minnesota, playing 14 seasons and 970 games in the T-Wolves jersey. In New Orleans, David West owns the record, with 8 seasons and 530 games played for the Pelicans franchise. The New York Knicks' longest tenured player is Patrick Ewing, who played 15 seasons and played 1,039 games. Oklahoma City Thunder, formerly the Seattle Supersonics, had Nick Collison, who played 14 seasons and 910 games. However, Fred Brown played more games with 963 games, as well as Gary Payton with 999 games, both in 13 seasons. Over in Orlando, Nick Anderson and Jameer Nelson share the record with 10 seasons each. Nick played 692 games, and Jameer with 651 games. Two former NBA champions share the record in Philly. 1967 NBA champion Hal Greer dedicated 15 seasons and played 1,122 games for the Philadelphia 76ers. Dolph Schayes also spent 15 seasons and 996 games with the Sixers. The Phoenix Suns have Alvin Adams as their longest tenured player, playing 13 seasons and 988 games. The Portland Trail Blazers saw Clyde Drexler play 12 seasons and 867 games. In Sacramento, it's Sam Lacey who played 12 seasons and 888 games for the Kings. Tim Duncan is synonymous with the San Antonio Spurs. He spent 19 seasons and played 1,392 games for the Spurs. Toronto Raptors fans will remember DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry, both with 9 seasons. DeRozan played 675 games, while Lowry contributed 601 games. The Utah Jazz had John Stockton, who played an impressive 19 seasons with 1,504 games, setting numerous assists records. Last but not least, in the nation's capital, it's Wes Unseld who holds the record, playing 13 seasons and 984 games for the Washington Wizards. That's it for our list. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next video.